Hi, today I'm gonna talk about the Leica M3, which is considered the best camera ever made. There are a lot of videos about this camera. They may talk about how great this camera is. They may talk about how to use this camera. So today I will just give you some fun facts about this camera, things you probably don't know. The first Leica M3 was launched in 1954. In the following 12 years, over 200,000 units were made. It was a groundbreaking product with some remarkable features, the likes of which we have never seen before.
The likes of which nobody has seen ever in this country.
Such as the combination of viewfinder and rangefinder in one bright window, the rapid film advance lever, and a bell neck style lens mount, before which it was the screw mount being widely used, such as the M39 mount. Basically, the M3 inspired the development of many other rangefinders and SLR cameras. The importance of the Leica M3 to the camera world can be analogous to the importance of the iPhone to the smartphone industry. A lot of well-known photographers and photojournalists have been using the M3, one of whom was Henri Cartier-Bresson from France, being known for doing street photography. The Leica M3 was the camera he used most often. He liked using the M3 with a 30mm lens with minimum distortion, which was very close to what we see as human beings. He took many pictures of significant social events in France, Africa, and China. After the success of the M3, Leica launched respectively the M2, M1, M4, M5, M6, etc. M stands for
Messsucher
in German, meaning rangefinder. So now a lot of people may wonder why it was called the M3. It was the first product of the M series. Why it was not called something else? Why it was not called the M1? Well, there are two theories to explain why. First of all, before the M series, Leica was making screw mount cameras. They had the Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3. The Series 3 was the most premium line. Before the M series, Leica was making their flagship product, the Leica 3F. So the M3 is called M3 because it was a successor to the Leica Series 3. Another theory was very simple. The M3 was called M3 just because it has three frame lines in the viewfinder: 15mm, 90mm, and 135mm. Let's talk about the viewfinder of the M3, which is very special. The largest frame line in the viewfinder is 50mm with the 0.91 time magnification factor, which is very close to human eyesight. You can take pictures with both eyes open very comfortably. It does not feel like you are seeing things through a camera. It's like you are wearing glasses. You can see very naturally. The 15mm frame line is always visible. There are two ways to select the 90 or 135mm frame lines. If you put the 90mm or 135mm lens on the camera, the corresponding frame line will become visible automatically. You can also turn this small lever on the left of the lens to preview what it's like when using another lens. What if I want to use a 35mm lens with the M3, you may ask? Well, Leica gave you a solution. Just put the 35mm lens together with this goggle, which will adapt the 15mm base viewfinder into the 35mm one. But you know what? You don't have to use a goggle. If you are not wearing glasses, you can put your eyes closer to the viewfinder, so you can see the whole viewfinder image is slightly larger than the 15mm frame line, which is basically the field of view of the 35mm lens. This is the shutter speed dial. You can move the dial to set your shutter speed. When you turn the dial from one stop to another, you can hear a click sound. You get this feedback, so you make sure you do the correct setting. But actually, this dial is continuously variable, which means if you turn the dial between two stops, the shutter speed will be in the middle as well. For instance, if you turn the dial between 60 and 125, the shutter speed will be around 90. The groove on the dial between the engravings 2 and 4 serves for coupling the Leica meter. As a lot of people know, the Leica M3 does not have built-in light meter, so you need to use this light meter together with the camera. But most Leica meters are so old that they're not working properly, so you may have to use other metering devices such as your smartphone, a professional handheld incident meter, or a true attachable meter like what I'm using. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one.